How should you feel about your bedroom performance if you're not able to consistently go for hours every single time? And I think it's fair to say that most guys have this question about themselves. Now, the average guy in America has only been with up to 7 women by the time that, he's settled down into his relationship. And some of those women are going to have been from his youth, when he had less experience and wasn't as brave in the bedroom. And some of those are going to have been from women that he wasn't as attracted to, that he just happened to settle for. And so from this place of limited information about oneself in terms of sexual experience, a lot of guys don't know where they stand in their own mind they don't know how to feel about what they can do for their partner. So first of all, I think it's really, really important to understand that either you've had the experience when you were single before you locked yourself down into a relationship and were able to show yourself that you can perform with really, really hot girls and do it semi-consistently. And if you haven't had the chance to prove that to yourself, you're always going to wonder, is that something that, I'm really able to do? But even if you have had a lot of sexual experiences, sometimes you can have a partner that just isn't as gracious as other partners are. And that is a big source of confidence and information for you as a man in terms of, your ability to satisfy a woman, having a partner that if for whatever reason you're having a bad day or you can't keep it up or whatever, that it's not going to be a huge problem because, she's gracious enough and patient enough to just let you start again a few minutes later. Now, in one of my past relationships, if things didn't go exactly to plan, she would immediately cut off the sex, which then hurt my confidence because I didn't have a chance to make it right. And it hurt her confidence because she was just taking defense from the whole thing. But I'm able to see that clearly for what it was because now I have a partner that if for whatever reason something goes wrong, we just laugh it off and then a few minutes later, everything's okay. And so at the end of the day, either you've had the sexual experiences to kind of show yourself what you can do when you were single, or you've had a partner that's gracious with you that helps you understand that it's really okay and it makes you feel comfortable enough to where you actually can go for hours under the right conditions. The average guy lasts 7 minutes in bed. And I'm not going to lie, I'm no exception to that. Sometimes I only last that long, but then other times, under the right conditions, things can go for hours. And you have to understand that there's a lot that goes into that, into being able to last, such as how much did you sleep the prior night? What did you just eat? Do you feel comfortable and connected with your partner? Do you have a baby that's going to interrupt the sex? Do you is everything, the perfect storm for maximum attraction in the bedroom? Or are there things that are getting in the way in terms of your energy level or interruptions and all this kind of stuff? And these things matter in terms of what you're able to do. Sometimes it literally can just be performance anxiety, like you're up in your head, you're worried too much about performing, and which is taking you out of the moment, and you're really not able to enjoy things the way that you would if you were just fully in that moment. And sometimes, you're having sex for her pleasure as opposed to doing it for your own pleasure, which means that eventually you can lose what you have going on down there because you're not focusing enough on your own pleasure. So there's a lot of mental things that can go into this too. So at the end of the day, you just have to be gracious with yourself as well and kind of have this idea that, that you're the man no matter what happens. Sometimes things don't work to plan. You just kind of laugh it off, but it's not a big deal because you're confident that you're the kind of guy that can really make your wife happy. And that confidence starts in here. You don't even need external validation for it. It's nice if you had the, period of time where you were single and you were able to prove this to yourself. If you didn't have it, there's no reason to leave your partner, right? And, it's nice to have a partner that can make you feel comfortable about the whole thing. But at the end of the day, if she isn't giving in that way, hopefully she is really, because that's awesome to have. But if she's not, for you, it's going to have to start in here. And then reality will, it'll expand out into reality, and that will become the way it is for you. Drop your thoughts in the comments.